Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Cup of Rom&nd. I hope you are all doing well this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you are listening to me. But I am back again with another episode this week, and this week's episode is going to be about KBeauty. And I'm very, very excited about this episode and to just chill and talk to you guys about Korean beauty with my lovely cup of tea, which is probably scorching hot right now. Yes. Woo. If this is the first time you're listening to my podcast, hello, welcome. My name is Lauren and I live in South Korea, and today we're talking about KBeauty. And so yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. So yeah, I have a very itchy eye. Oh my gosh. Okay. But of course, before we get into the main segment of the podcast, we have to do Ick of the Week. And so, what were your guys' icks this week? Let us see. Oh, you guys sent a lot actually. Okay. People that walk around on their phone and so unaware of everyone and everything else. Oh my god, the phone zombies. So much so that they almost walk into my dog sometimes. This is dangerous. Like the phone zombie epidemic or pandemic, whatever you want to call it, it's really bad. I mean, I know everyone's constantly like on their phone and just walking with their heads down, and that's why in Korea they made those crossing things where the lights are on the floor, because apparently all we do is look at the floor instead of looking straight ahead, which yeah, it happens a lot here that people are just like, or like a lot of people just walk like this and like watching something. And I'll admit I've done it when I've been like watching a live or like probably a Twitch stream or something like that. But like this is constant, like everyone is looking at their phone. And yeah, the number of times that people have literally just not been self-aware is crazy. I know I've done it myself sometimes, and I would be like checking something and like nearly bumped into somebody. But like most of the time, I'm not staring at my phone unless I feel very socially awkward, in which case I may be staring at my phone when on my way to meet my friends or something. But yeah, I'm really not surprised about people nearly walking into your dog, because your dog is tiny as well. Like my friend's dog is quite small. But still, like, I just know that I can just see it, and then suddenly people will be like, oh my god, it's a dog, and just like, maybe you should just look ahead instead of at your phone all the time. Yeah, interesting. Okay, that's a very nice one. You guys sent in a lot of icks, so I'm going to be able to use those over the next couple of weeks. And my ick of the week is, to be honest, not really anything new. I think I've not managed to really catch an ick the past couple of weeks. I don't really know what's going on. It's just kind of the same things giving me an ick over and over again. And yeah, it was this just bus, the debacles of the bus again. And yeah, just, I don't know, like, I've probably mentioned it a million times before, but like people just don't, like people queue, but then the queue doesn't mean anything when the bus actually comes. People just push, which is so stupid. And so yeah, it just happened again like this week. It wasn't even that, like the bus wasn't even busy. It was just so weird that this woman in her, I don't know, she was like 50, I don't know. And I was, I think I was second in the line for the bus. And this woman, she just comes out of nowhere and just like pushes me out of the way to get on the bus. And I'm just like, the bus is literally empty for a start. I'm not going to steal your seat designated for old people or people more in need of seats. I'm not going to do that. Like, I usually always walk to the back of the bus. And like, I don't know, it just drives me insane. And she just walks in like this and then just like sits on the elderly seat. And I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah. yeah, that was my ick. I don't think it's anything new, to be honest. This woman just really riled me up the wrong way. And like, I don't know, she's just so annoying. Why do people just think that they're so much more important? Like, I'm not going to take your beloved seat designated for you. So I don't know. It was just really annoying. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's my ick. I'm sure I've probably said this a million times. I don't know what the desire is for them to get on the bus so quickly. Like, do you think that all the young people just go on and steal your seats? Like, I don't know what happened to make it like become like this. I don't really get it, because you would assume that she would think like, oh no, she's just gonna go to the back of the bus, because the bus was empty. Like, I don't know. I can't really understand it, but then again, I am 26, so maybe I don't really understand what's going through this woman's brain. But yeah, that was my ick of the week. So another transportation tale for everyone. Okay, so let's get into the main segment of today's podcast, where we're talking about KBeauty. And so if anyone listening doesn't know what KBeauty is short for Korean beauty, and it is a skincare and makeup philosophy that emphasizes achieving flawless, radiant skin through, long thought out routines and high quality products. And I think KBeauty is based around like getting very glowy glass skin. That's usually the kind of end goal for people focusing on KBeauty. And yeah, so to kind of get to know KBeauty a little bit more, in terms of the history of KBeauty, there has been a very long journey, I think, for KBeauty, but traditionally, Korean beauty uses a lot of traditional kind of basis for their products. And, Korean beauty has been going on for hundreds of years, where in the past people would use natural remedies, using rice water for cleansing and for, keeping skin very hydrated and young. And rice water, rice extracts, and those kind of ingredients are prevalent in KBeauty still to this day, which I think is amazing, because rice is a great ingredient for skincare. It's great for brightening, like I said, hydrating. And so I really do like that there are a lot of aspects of like historical KBeauty that are still there in the current KBeauty industry. But yeah, so all of the traditional kind of methods used for KBeauty, like I said, have also been brought forward into modern times, including like using other ingredients such as ginseng, which is like a rooted kind of plant. It looks similar to ginger, that kind of like rooty style of plant. It's used for a lot of like health drinks. It's used in a lot of broths to, help you be healthy from the inside. And in terms of skincare, it's really good for reducing fine lines and wrinkles, reducing inflammation, and boosting hydration, and also protecting the skin barrier. Ginseng's also naturally anti-inflammatory properties, will help with reducing inflammation. So not just like for your digestion or anything like that, it's also really useful for skincare. So yeah, it's another really cool ingredient that stems from Korean skincare's history. And so Korean skincare wasn't, as widely known until about the 1990s, when we saw the rise of the Korean entertainment industry, which expanded Korean pop culture to more of a global audience, and people became very, very interested in Korean celebrities at that time, and they had, a pretty big influence on other people, obviously within Korea and globally. And I think nowadays the kind of impact of celebrities has also really helped to kind of spread the word about K-beauty, because I know that when I first got into it, I was kind of looking at what celebrities were using, whether it was, you would watch videos of their like daily life kind of style TV show productions that were going on, and you would see them, using all of their skincare and all of these like makeup products, and it definitely got me very interested. And so that's probably also what kind of boosted the interest of KBeauty around the world. Also, like, I know that my friend, when she came to visit, her mum was looking for a specific product that she'd seen in a K-drama. So she was looking for the Kahi, I guess like the collagen stick or something from Kahi. I know they have some like SPF sticks and anti-wrinkle stick. And yeah, my friend's mum was looking for that in Olive Young with me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like it's a product she's seen on a K-drama. I was like, so this is how like the news was spreading before, you know, before social media and everything, but it's still happening today. So I found that very interesting. Okay, so let's next dive into the world of KBeauty products. From sheet masks to serums, there's so many different products on the market right now, even like BB creams, cushion foundations, and of course the famous 10-step skincare routine, which I think did break the internet at the time for people over in the West. I think it kind of, personally, it made me take a step back and be like, okay, so if they're using like 10 steps and I'm using like 3, am I like missing something? And obviously not everybody here does 10 steps for their skincare routine, but achieving glass skin, that 10-step skincare routine was crazy. Like, in a good way. I mean, it was just like, oh my goodness, you are so patient and so kind of focused on maintaining healthy, glowing skin. Like, it's, you know, doing skincare, it takes time. And yeah, these people doing their 10-step skincare routines, props to you. Some of us don't have the energy to do that, including myself. I can't do a 10-step skincare routine, but it was definitely very, very interesting, the kind of reaction that I got in the West. And I, at the time, do remember asking my Korean friends, like, do you do that? Like, does everybody do that? And majority of people said, okay, maybe it's not 10 steps exactly, but we are doing, you know, a lot more steps than is kind of presented in the West in terms of skincare. And I was just like, okay, wow. That's why, you know, you have fantastic skin. I'm like, okay, there is something we are missing over here in the West. So some of you listening may not know what the 10-step skincare routine is. I don't even know if I 100% know. I wouldn't call myself an 100% expert at KBeauty. I've just had many years of researching it and kind of looking at KBeauty throughout my time. But for me, the 10-step routine would be oil cleanser to obviously remove like any oil-based products on your face, including sunscreen. And next, water-based cleanser. So this is to remove any water-based products on your face, like sweat and any like dirt and stuff like that. And obviously double cleansing gives you a completely clean canvas to start putting on your next products. So exfoliation, that's not, you know, a daily thing. 2 to 3 times a week, 1 to 2 times a week. I think it depends personally. Personally, I do it about 2 times a week to get rid of dead skin cells, promote skin cell turnover, and hopefully improve like the skin texture. And also exfoliation is very important for kind of removing dead skin cells and then allowing the following products to properly absorb into your skin, because, you know, there's kind of like a fresh layer of skin for them to go into. Next, number 4 would be toner. So applying a hydrating toner to balance your skin's pH levels and prepare it for better absorption of subsequent skincare products. Toner is a huge thing, and I always try to have a damp face when I put on toner to kind of lock in a lot of moisture. You know, it's said that you should try to put toner on wet skin. I know it's really weird at first putting toner on wet skin, but I did notice that it stopped my skin from drying out a lot more. So number 5, an essence. So essences are usually a little bit more lightweight, very hydrating products to just kind of give like a little bit of extra moisture on top of the toner. Toners are thinner than essences, so an essence is just a little bit of a thicker version of a toner, I would say, because toner's main jobs aren't necessarily for hydration. A lot of them are for pH balancing, but then the essence is, you know, designed to, you know, give like a little bit of extra moisture on top of the toner. Toners are thinner than essences, so an essence is just a little bit of a thicker version of a toner, I would say, because toner's main jobs aren't necessarily for hydration. A lot of them are for pH balancing, but then the essence is, you know, designed to add a little bit more moisture to the skin, I would say. I know it can be very confusing. What's an essence? What's a serum? What's an ampule? Like all of that stuff is a lot. Number 6 would be a serum or an ampule, which are kind of more concentrated products for targeting like specific skin concerns, whether you want a hydrating serum, you know, a niacinamide containing serum for brightening or anti-aging or acne or any calming kind of serums. So usually for serums, it's very good to find one that is targeting your skin concern. For me, I mostly use either hydrating or calming serums for my skin. And then 7 would be a sheet mask. Okay, I flippin' love sheet masks, and sheet masks are basically serum soaked sheets, which just provide a little bit of extra like hydration and just really allow the ingredients and the goodness to soak into your skin. And I usually leave mine on for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll fold it in half and put it on my neck, because you can't forget about your neck, because apparently that's where the first signs of aging are, on your neck. So I always make sure to apply on my neck as well. 8 would be this I don't know. So some people put eye cream first and some people put moisturizer first. Do I put eye cream first? I think I would probably put eye cream first on number 8. I don't use eye cream every day. I'm not very on it with my anti-aging, apart from the fact that I wear SPF. But yeah, you can put eye cream on at number 8, just something for like puffiness, fine lines, dark circles and that kind of thing. But instead of eye cream, I tend to use the little eye like patch things, which I would use after a toner. Not 100% sure if that's the right way, but that's when I use them. And yeah, after eye cream, moisturizer, like just your, you know, either your daily moisturizer or kind of more of a nighttime moisturizer if you do need something a little bit thicker. But if you do need something a bit thicker, then for number 10, you could go with like a sleep mask kind of thing, where, you know, it's more of like a gel kind of vibe for your face, and you just leave it to soak on, and you just leave it to soak in overnight on your skin. But for the AM, 10 would obviously be your SPF. You know how much I talk about SPF. You can't skip on SPF at all. But yeah, obviously this is a very, very long routine, and not everybody's skin can kind of like take this routine. Like for me, honestly, I wouldn't oil cleanse in the morning for a start. Oil cleanse, I usually only do it in the nighttime. And I don't even like cleanse my face every morning. Like some days I will skip and just like rinse my face with water, because my skin is combination. Some days I wake up with super, super dry skin. And so at that point I will just kind of rinse my face with water instead. But definitely doing this kind of routine in the morning for me, I think would be a disaster, and my skin would just be pilling everywhere. But for the evening, I think this kind of routine is really lovely, because you're just kind of allowing your skin to relax and take all of the goodness from all of the products. But sheet masks are just my absolute favorite things ever. They're just so good. You just sit and you just relax for like 15 minutes. I just lay down and I'm just like, yep, okay, this is nice. Just like watch a video or something, read a book, whatever you want to do. And yeah, I do remember like sheet masks were such a strange thing for friends back in the UK, because after I came to Korea for the first time, I obviously took a lot of like skincare products back, and including sheet masks, and everyone was just, this was like 7 years ago, and everyone was just like, what is on your face? You look like a serial killer. Like, it, to be fair, I really don't look very fun in those sheet masks. I look pretty terrifying, but everyone was just like, what is that? You look so weird. Like, why are you using that? And now sheet masks are everywhere in the UK. I remember I went back and I even saw like L'Oreal had their own sheet masks. I think that was even like a few years ago. And so it's just so funny to see that, how much it's changed and how more global it's become. It's actually really, really interesting for me to see, because I feel like I've seen it from both sides, from before it was popular in the West until now. So yeah, it makes me be like, oh, well, guys, I was using that like 7 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. But it is funny, especially with like my old housemates who would be like, what are you doing? And then like now they're using like sheet masks and everything. It's so, so funny, but I do love it. Okay, next, let's talk about some KBeauty trends, because KBeauty is not all skincare. It also includes makeup. And so, well, at the moment, there is definitely a trend on clean beauty, vegan makeup and skincare. I've definitely noticed a lot of brands are including all of their ingredients and kind of ensuring that the ingredients aren't too harsh in a lot of products, and very, they're pushing the fact that this brand is like a clean brand or a vegan brand, which of course is great. I mean, like clean beauty is a bit of one, like it's kind of hard, because it's like obviously some products are designed to kind of treat certain things and they may not be clean and that kind of thing. So it is definitely a bit of a gray area, especially for me. Like I don't really know how to feel about it. I am very obsessed with checking ingredients, but mainly because I have pretty bad reactions to certain things. If certain things are together, like niacinamide or like vitamin C and that kind of stuff, so I have to be really careful. But the push on a vegan makeup is kind of crazy for me, because they have like a whole little vegan makeup corner in a lot of Olive Young's, and I'm just like, okay, I love to see it, but also I'm not 100% sure if you know what vegan, like, there's a very kind of bit where it's like, are you sure that you know what vegan makeup is? But a lot of people are just buying it because they're like, oh, it's trendy, it's vegan. Obviously for me, I think it's really cool that there are vegan makeup products, but it's just kind of like, oh, okay, it's like a trend, but I'm kind of glad that it's a trend, if that makes any sense at all. I don't really know what I'm saying. Okay, there's another big trend. I know a lot of people were coming to Korea to get their personal color analysis. I also did mine, and I filmed a video on it, and I've not edited it, but I promise I'll edit it soon and release a vlog of my glow up, my mini glow up that I did. But the season palette colors. So in Olive Young, they have products kind of labeled as, oh, this makeup product is good for a cool summer, or this is good for a warm spring, or whatever. Like they have those labels on the products. I'll probably make a video about it actually as well, like just a short video if anyone's interested. But I did think that's really cool, and you don't just have to kind of guess. They're kind of telling you which products are good for your season palette, or whatever it's called. Okay, another really big trend is like caramel blush. So kind of like a brownie, bronzy, orangey kind of blush look, which looks beautiful on some skin tones. Not me, really, in particular. I think I really need like pinky tones on my face. And literally the, eyeshadow palette that was recommended for my skin tones is the one that I bought anyway. There's one that I already had. Oh, it's one that I got given. But then, the person who gave me that palette, they must have known. They were smart. But yeah, so caramel blush is this beautiful, like orangey. It's like almost a peachy orangey, but a lot of browns and a lot of orange shade blushes, which were pretty popular, I would say, about 9 years ago also, but it's come back again. And yeah, it looks beautiful on some people, not me unfortunately, but yeah. Another one is like these kind of, I don't really know what to call them, like doll kind of anime eyelashes, where there's a really thick kind of triangular shaped lash and then some little thinner ones, and they're kind of spread out, and makes you really look like a doll. This is really, really trendy at the moment. People are using their mascara wand like sideways and going up to try and clump lashes together. I think it looks gorgeous, especially on the bottom lashes. I think it's really, really cute. And another one is like juicy lips with a lot of lip gloss, like bigger juicy lips. For the longest time, it was really a big trend to have as small lips as possible, because small lips were seen as like more beautiful here. And I don't know, as maybe the Western makeup influence has come, there is a much bigger trend to have big lips. And so a lot of people maybe getting like lip filler or like overlining their lips and using a lot of lip gloss, which I think looks really, really beautiful. Because yeah, before with gradient lips, you would just put a teeny tiny bit of like lip tint in the middle and then like blend it out with like concealer and everything. Like everyone had like concealer lips. It's so funny to see the difference in like the trends over the past like 5 years. I don't even know, it's been 5 years. I feel like gradient lips was still a trend like about 5 years ago, I guess. So yeah, it's really interesting to see the change, but like always a youthful and glowy look, like a lot of dewy makeup, a lot more blush actually nowadays. I think for a while the trend was kind of like, very white skin, very not so much blush. Like nowadays I've noticed a huge increase in the amount of blush people are applying, which I obviously love because I am obsessed with blusher. So it's great for me because I love it. But at first someone was like, why have you got so much blusher on? And then it became really, really popular. And I was just kind of like, well, I'm not saying I started the trend. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I've seen way, way more people with a lot of blusher on nowadays. And yeah, so it's really cool to see how the makeup styles change, how they get influenced from like Western culture or like other East Asian countries with their makeup trends, because I know like the Douyin, like Chinese makeup was really, really popular here also. And like a lot of glitter, a lot of pink. Oh my God, like literally gorgeous makeup looks from that. So I really love how the style of makeup here is becoming a lot more, not risque, but a lot more like adventurous, because for the longest time makeup was just very samey here. And so I'm really, really happy that people are like branching out, trying new like shades of makeup and a lot more different styles. So I think it's really, really cool and really, really exciting. And so yeah, let's just take a minute to talk about KBeauty and self-care. So as we were talking about this 10-step skincare routine, I was mentioning that, it's a very nice time to take a breath, just like I just did. It's very easy to just kind of get caught up in the like, oh my God, I need to leave the house right now. And I was doing that for so long, especially when I was back at graduate school. I was not taking care of my skin at all because I would wake up and have to leave the house in about 10 minutes. But I did notice a huge difference in not only my skin, but how I personally would like feel for the rest of the day if I did take some time out in the morning to really sit down and take care of myself by doing skincare. And so I do think that the K-beauty industry has helped with a lot of like self-care. And I've spoken to so many Korean friends about this, like asking how long do you spend doing your skincare routine. And another good thing to think about is how like skincare is the base for your makeup. So if you're really into makeup, I think it definitely won't hurt to take a little bit of time to kind of work on the base by also helping your skin, because I wasn't really doing it before. Like I love makeup. I've been obsessed with makeup for more than 10 years. And yeah, so now like really focusing on the base is definitely helping with my makeup a lot more, like especially my base makeup. Like it just looks a lot better. But yeah, so I did ask a load of Korean friends, like, how long do you take doing your skincare? And they would say like, in the morning, like at least 20 minutes. If they're going to do a sheet mask, then like 30 minutes. And in the evening, as long as it takes. 30-40 minutes. And like me before, I would literally be like 5 minutes just like rubbing like moisturizer on my face and running out the door. But yeah, I do think it's really great that it encourages you to take your time, let things sink into your skin. Obviously not everyone has the time to do it, and maybe some people don't want to wake up another 30 minutes earlier to do their skincare. But I'm just saying, like, it is definitely a very nice kind of self-care act that you can do for yourself, whether it's, you know, in the morning or the evening. I know a lot of the times I don't have time to do a sheet mask in the morning, but on a Sunday morning, I will just sit and take my sweet time doing my skincare, having a cup of tea at the same time. I will do a sheet mask, and it is literally the nicest thing that I've been doing for the past few weeks. I did make a cute little reel on Instagram if anyone wants to see, but it was really, really good. And I've been doing it for like the past few weeks on a Sunday because, you know, like Sunday is the rest, like your rest day. And so I never feel rushed on a Sunday. And that's why it's just really, really nice. And, you know, you can just take time when you're letting your skincare sink in, or you're doing a sheet mask. You can read a book, you can watch a video, you can have a cup of tea. Like, I do think it's a really nice act to do for self-care. And obviously in the evening after a long hard day, there is nothing I love more than putting skincare on my face and just relaxing. Like, nothing compares to it, honestly. Like, I would highly encourage anyone listening here to just do it. It's such a lovely act of self-care. And yeah, there's nothing to, like, I think there's still a need to get rid of the stigma of like, oh, you're so vain if you're going to spend that much time on yourself. You're so vain, you're so high maintenance. Like, I know that was a huge kind of stigma towards taking care of yourself in the West before. You'd be like, oh, she's so high maintenance, like she goes and does her lashes, or she spends ages getting ready and like that kind of thing. No, get rid of it. We're allowed to take care of ourselves. We're allowed to look after ourselves. And so if that's how you think, honestly, just kind of try to get rid of that stigma. Because I mean, I had it as well. I had it, and I would be like, oh, it's almost like, oh, I don't really deserve to take this much time on myself. I need to go and do this thing really quickly. But honestly, after really getting into skincare and taking time to look after myself that way, it really does help with a lot of things. So I do encourage you to do the same. If you just, I don't know, want to feel a little bit better and really take a step back and just slow down life just for a moment, even if it's just for a moment. And yeah. And so I did ask you guys for your favorite KBeauty brands. So I've got a few KBeauty brands. I will first just share my favorite KBeauty brands. I think if you watch my like reels and my skincare reels and everything, I think you'll probably know I use a lot of the same products from like the same brands, but I really love Beplain products. I think their ingredients are really, really nice. And they have the chamomile line, which has like a lip balm, a lotion, the toner that I use religiously. I love that toner so much. They also have their Catterol, I don't know how to say it, Catterol line, which is like their calming, also another calming line, but it's with Centella Asiatica or Cica as well. They've also got their like hyaluronic acid line, so they're really hydrating line. I did try the moisturizer from that. It didn't really match my skin, but I did give it to Odessa and she is loving it. They also have their like green full pH balanced cleansing oil and cleansing foam. And yeah, so literally all of their products are like split into different categories. And they have a toner for that as well. Not tried that. They have a bubble wash off mask, which I am dying to try. Beplain, if you're listening, please send me some. But yeah, so that chamomile toner is literally beautiful. Yeah, so I love Beplain. I also really like Most of the time I kind of mix a lot of different brands, but I think like brands that I really like would be like Beplain. I also really like TIAM's products. They have also a lot of different like lines of products. So I really like their Snail and Azulene line. Basically, that saved my skin when I burnt it from using a product that contained like vitamin C, niacinamide at the same time. Like there was a serum that I used that had vitamin C and niacinamide, and it must have been in insane concentrations because I literally burned my skin, which was really not fun, and I had like a huge red rash like everywhere. And so yeah, the Snail and Azulene line from TIAM basically saved my skin with like moisturizing and repairing my skin barrier because I was so sad. Other brands that I really like Rom&nd. I do really, really like their products. I've not tried as many of their products as I want to try, but I used their sun cream for a long time. And a lot of their products are just very like, not irritating, which is a huge thing. Like a lot of products nowadays still use fragrance, which basically blows my mind because I know people may want their skin to smell nice. I don't know, like I don't get the need for fragrance. I mean, I know a lot of the time it is to cover up like a kind of gross smell in the skincare. Some skincare products can smell a little bit like they can have like a little bit of a petroleum kind of scent depending on the ingredients, but I would honestly just rather have no fragrance because otherwise my skin is gonna go crazy. Crazy. But yeah, aside from that, I think I just mix products from different brands. I also really like Isntree. I adore Isntree's sun creams, and I'm yet to try a lot more of their products. They did send me a PR package, so I really need to try some of those products. I also really like Benton. I think Benton's another really nice skincare brand. Basically, I'm just naming ones that are good for like sensitive and acne prone skin. Obviously, there's literally hundreds of Korean skincare brands which are loved by many, many people. These are just the ones that I really like. So yeah, Beplain, TIAM, Isntree, Rom&nd, they would probably be my favorites. Am I forgetting any? No, I think that's it. I do think that they're the brands that I look for when I'm somewhere, I think. Also Isntree as well. It's not that well known really, but I really love Isntree's cleansers. I want them to release more products so I can try. But yeah, Isntree is also a really, really nice vegan skincare brand. But yeah, and I asked you guys too who you like, and okay. So Sophia also said Rom&nd. My lovely friend Sophia, who has beautiful skin, she likes Rom&nd. And oh my gosh, 2 people said Rom&nd. Okay, Rom&nd, yeah, to be fair, Rom&nd's lip products are gorgeous. I really like Rom&nd's lip products, and also I have one of their eyeshadow palettes that I use religiously. They do have very, very nice products. And Anna said she wants to try Amuse and Wake Make because she thinks they'd be her faves. Amuse, I really like Amuse's vegan cushion. I've got it on now actually, and I think it looks lovely. Maybe a little bit too yellow, but I can forgive them because I can just like, I managed to kind of balance it out by using my Clio concealer. So it looks fine. I just think that the actual base is really, really nice. Yeah, Rom&nd for lip products, yeah. Fui. Okay, so apparently Fui, I've never heard of Fui. Ooh, Fui do nice blushes and Wake Make for eyeliner. Okay, I'm not really a huge eyeliner person. I feel like you'll have seen that I basically hardly wear eyeliner. But yeah, Kasmira said Fui for blushes. Fui, Fui, I love the name. Fui. I might recognize the packaging actually. Fui. Do you know what? I really don't. Ooh. I'm trying to find that blush. Okay, maybe I can give that a go. Ooh, that looks like a really pinky blush. They have some really cute colors. Oh, and they have a caramel looking blush like I was mentioning before. Might have to give that a try. But yeah, they're the brands that everybody said. I think I only mentioned skincare brands for me, but for makeup, I really love Clio. I think you guys will have seen me post about Clio so many different times. I adore their products, their mascara, like everything is so great, honestly. Their concealer I've been using for years. Makeup, yeah, I would say Rom&nd for eyeshadow as well. Also, I'm forgetting the name. Daseek? I don't actually know how to say it. Daseek? I always thought it was Daseek, but I think I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Is it Daseek or Daseek? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Why have I not tagged the brands in my video and then we'll never know what the brand was? Why have I done that? Wow, in Korean it's Daejeek. So it's Daejeek. Okay, oops, I've been saying it wrong this whole time. So Daejeek, they have really, really cool eyeshadows. And yeah, so they're everybody's favorite brands apparently. That's all the ones that we got today. But yeah, so that is it for the main segment of today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed me having a little natter about KBeauty. I could honestly talk about it forever, and hopefully soon I will be making more content about KBeauty for you all. So please look forward to that because there is something special coming. But yeah, so lastly, instead of doing This Week in Korea, I wanted to talk to you guys about something else that's happening in another country very close to my heart. In Morocco, there was a very, very powerful earthquake over in Morocco that hit on like late Friday night, or it was Saturday morning for us here, but there was a magnitude 6.8 earthquake in Morocco which hit like between Marrakesh and Agadir, which is my husband's hometown where his family live. And honestly, it was like the most shocking news we'd had. Like, obviously no one's ever expecting an earthquake, but yeah, so it really, really hit way too close to home. Luckily, like all of our family are okay. But so many people lost their houses, and I know people whose family have lost their houses, and it's just really, really devastating. And I'm not seeing a lot of coverage of it on either social media or on the news. And so I just wanted to use my little news segment to kind of talk to you guys about this. But there has been so much damage in the city, especially closer to Marrakesh. A lot of very touristic places have been destroyed, and there's been over 2,000 people who've died in the earthquake. And yeah, I will leave a couple of links down below to where you can donate. Like literally anything is going to help. You can donate to provide water for families for a month. I would never ask you guys to donate, but this is literally it hit so close to home, and I am very much sat here feeling very useless. I've been donating and trying to kind of like liaise with my husband's family, like with my sister-in-law to try and help, and also with Kenza, and Kenza's trying to do her best to also help. But yeah, if anybody could donate anything, I will leave links down below to where you can donate. But honestly, I really hope that there's kind of more of a global kind of movement on this, because I'm really not seeing it at the moment. But actually in Morocco, like Moroccans are, of course, so generous, kind-hearted people. So there's been countless kind of like internal, what's the word? Domestic kind of, movement to like help a lot of people, but obviously funding a lot of charitable organizations also going to help. And so yeah, I just wanted to use my news segment to talk about the earthquake, because a lot of people, I've been posting about it on social media, and a lot of people are like, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. And so yeah, if you've not heard about it, please do go and check the news. But it's been a pretty big earthquake, and it's affected a lot of people. And so yeah, if anyone could do anything to help, that would be a huge, big thank you from me and a lot of people, I'm sure. But yeah, that is it for this week's podcast episode of A Cup of Rom&nd. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this episode talking about K-beauty. Like I said, I could literally talk about it forever and ever because it's a topic that I find super, super interesting. And so, yeah, I will wrap up the podcast here. If you have any questions for me, do leave them down in the comments. If you want to know more about K-beauty, then definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Spotify, because I will probably be talking a little bit more about K-beauty over the next few months. And yeah, that is it for today's podcast episode. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, evening, or night. And all of my thoughts and prayers go to the victims in Morocco for the earthquake. And I really hope that, you know, we can start to rebuild society over there, and hopefully people will be doing okay in the weeks to come. But yeah, that is it. And I will see you guys in a new episode next week. Bye bye.